Hello. Test. No, I'm just testing. Test. Test.
It was too close, like nervous.
Test. Test.
Yeah, I know. Hit the road.
We ready? You all ready? All right, we'll call this meeting to order. This is the September meeting of the County Employees Planning Commission. If everybody can stand, we'll do the invocation and the pledge. Anybody like to do the pledge or the vindication?
I do.
Okay.
Heavenly Father, thank you for a beautiful day. Thank you for all the gifts you bestowed upon us. Please be with us as we address the issues that come before the city to make it a better place to live. We ask this in your name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Annette, would you call the roll, please?
Captain Boyd. Bill Nutt.
Here.
Billy Harkins.
Here.
Andy Langers.
Here.
Bob Hobson.
Here.
Charles Day.
Here.
Wanda Bradford.
Everyone's here except the mayor, and we have a quorum. Okay, first item, everybody has a copy of last month's minutes. Any comments or questions?
The only thing that I have on the minutes is that where it says the County Uniform Cause Plan Commission, on August the 14th, that was not a special call meeting, that was just a rescheduled meeting due to the weather.
Right, okay.
That just needs to be, it's just a rescheduled meeting.
All right, any other changes to the minutes? Yeah.
I make motion approved.
Motion approved,
A second.
and a second. Anything else? Debbie?
Bill Nutt.
Yes.
Billy Harkins.
Yes.
Andy Langers.
Yes.
Bob Hobson.
Yes.
Charles Day.
Yes.
Wanda Bradford.
Yes.
Motion, minutes are approved. All right. Old business, we don't have anything. New business, just continued discussion of the amendments to the zoning ordinance.
We're gonna ask that instruct from the
Okay.
agenda.
We can do that.
We
Yes.
have some dates that possibilities to do a work session.
Okay,
September 21st, which is a Thursday, The 25th of September is from Monday, 26th Tuesday, 28th Thursday, 29th Friday, or October the 2nd. Be a 4-hour work session.
You'll like send me an email when you kind of nail down a date, or you're just asking us now?
I'm asking you if you all have, preference.
The dates again.
I'm sorry.
What were the dates that you?
September 21st, which is Thursday. 25th is a Monday. Tuesday the 26th, 28th on Thursday, 29th on Friday, and October the 2nd, which is a Monday. That's when the meeting will be at. Be a 4-hour work session.
How about either Tuesday the 26th or Thursday the 28th?
Is that's gonna be for planning and zoning both, right?
Yes.
Are we do, what time would we like to do it?
You tell me, I'm just, those dates are good for me.
Okay, afternoon or morning?
We'll be in Hawkins County and Rogersville those mornings, but eating afternoon, we can do.
Okay,
I've got a conflict afternoon.
both days,
No, 26.
26th, so
If you
third,
if you can't do the 26th, but you could do the 28th.
all right, so Thursday the 28th in the afternoon.
Good.
Okay, 28th in the afternoon? Okay, and I'll send out a.
1 o'clock or what?
1
1
o'clock,
o'clock.
okay. All right, so planning session, Thursday, September 28th, 1 o'clock. Here,
Yes.
About 4 hours.
all right, and expect an email from Debbie or someone from town. All right. Other business, nothing.
We do have, we're gonna ask to add a plat to the agenda.
Okay.
So I will need a motion.
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda.
All right, and motion, second, all right, motion second to amend the agenda to add this discussion of approval of flat. All those in favor? Aye.
This is a plat to Mr. Blair. He was combining those 3 lots into this. These
It's
three
3 into 1.
3 into 1.
Right.
The question we have is whether this needs a note for septic on it, or since they were existing lots, if you want to approve them as is.
Is yours?
My plat,
How are you, sir?
I'm well. And as far as the claim, the main thing I'm trying to do is get rid of those interior lot lines. We've got 3 legal, 7/10 acre lots. And, you know, it can cause real problems moving forward if you leave those interior lot lines. So we're going to take those 3, combine them into one large tract. And then that allows Mr. Bird to build basically eventually across this lot line. And the only, the planning staff, their main concern is typically part of our, subregs require septic testing to be done, you know, and when, you know, prior. But if you're typically through the last 25, 30 years, anytime that you've taken one lot, existing lot, combined it into 3 lots, or 3 lots into one larger lot, any one of those are liable by themselves. So if you combine it into one larger lot, it stands to reason. The difference there is you have to go before TDEC, provide a soil scientist. And that still doesn't eliminate, I mean, Mr. Bird is going to build there. he still has to have his permit. It's just a matter of whether we have to have that second signature prior to, does that sound correct?
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of, this can be done administratively, except when we're asking for a variance to that rule, which is the town uniform rule about septic. Now, like I said, we've allowed it several times in the past, as long as we're going smaller to larger with existing legal lots. That's all they're allowed now.
Is this one they've been doing right now?
Yeah, right across the streets.
Yeah, it's not too far, yeah.
Right here.
It's just straight down on the backside.
It is, and Mr. Birch here, and he is working on T-Deck as far as permitting the process. But that all comes down to, once you get a point, permitting, where we're going to put the existing septic and those things. Most of the time, it's not required for combination lots. But that was the main request, is that they would be allowed to do it without the septic signature. Like I said, it doesn't eliminate the fact that they have septic.
And the only thing that our board is responsible for is that they have signed off from First Tennessee Development District before we can sign our part.
So, yeah.
So we have to have a written from you that you have
Yeah.
approved it.
Yeah, and if you all decide to approve it without the septic note, I will give that approval as soon as we like it.
We need whatever we do, digging out or I do, before we sign it twice. It's signed off period that she has to have it in her hands. You know.
So right now, we'll grant preliminary approval, and final approval will be given when they get the septic. So,
We have no problem with the survey or anything as it stands. It's perfectly fine, just the septic note is what we're asking.
And whether you eliminate, see, you can grant variance to the septic note tonight and say, well, we are not going to require the septic to be.
For the plat.
For the
approval.
plat.
Yeah.
That doesn't change the
Yeah.
fact that,
Yeah.
that
So
the,
that he can send it on to us.
that, well,
We can sign.
you know, once that variance is granted, and if it's voted and approved, that takes it off the planning staff, you know, and completely on the planning commission. Because it's your all's rules and you can vary those rules. That would allow him to start building, you know, now, like I said, he still has to get a permit, and that's a separate issue with TDEC. And so that would be the motion, you know.
it just won't be able to be recorded until they get, so he can go ahead and start, he can issue, he'll apply for the building permit and grant the preliminary approval for now, but we won't be able to get a final recording until that TDEC signature or the sewage.
Well, the ground has been disturbed on these properties.
It has been, yes.
Usually they won't do that.
There's a pretty good area that they still have.
Oh, yeah, they're still-
They own 3 lots.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
still
large area.
Through that area down there. That's real blue. Yeah, before you get to my house on the left.
Typically, what TDEC will look for is if dirt is changed and been uncovered, you're allowed to clear and grub, which is the majority of what they did. In other words, get the brush off. Now, if there's been grade work, yeah, you can just set that area aside, TDEC won't approve that. But the only thing is, if we can get the variance to the setting tonight, are they still required to wait until the TDEC signs off on it?
The plat won't be able to be recorded until there is.
So there's no real variance.
So no, this will be just preliminary plat approval, and then the recording signature will not be put on it until the sewage is signed off.
Well, are they allowed to grant variance to the septic?
That would be up to whoever's recording it.
Well, as far as the recording goes, that is whether, once the planning commission votes one way or another, grant variance or not. But once they grant variance and approvals, then that is likely signed at that time. If they're varying the rule for the setting.
I would just, because it's technically not, because this technically is not a variance. This would just be to be preliminary approved, and then you'll be able to sign the final permit. So they can issue the building permit with a preliminary approval, and then the final one won't be recorded until the sewage is signed up.
And that's, and you can't sit and we won't get any of that information from you until that happens, correct? And that's the only way we can.
So this is essentially just saying that the planning commission is gonna grant preliminary approval for them to issue a building permit.
Yeah.
And then the final one won't be recorded until,
CDEC still gotta have their say.
yeah.
Well, and the difference there being TDEC, when to sign the plat, they require the soil science and stuff. Right? And so you're requiring additional testing fees to be included prior to go from smaller to larger. And that's something that we've never really done in the past, not just here. It's always up to the board. And like I said, that's the planning staff, their hands are tied because they've got the existing regulations that they have to follow. But if they're seeking final approval today, Connor, can they grant a variance for final approval? A variance for the second? Because like I said, it's still, there's two different issues. You've got building permits, which requires them, he'll have to have before he builds. But to grant, to get the plat in one name before you start building, you've got to eliminate that interior lot line.
So that's all we're doing, is just combining 3 lots in.
Combine the 3 lots. Like I said, any of the 3 lots are existing. Lots. And if you want to go and build 3 individual houses, legally, you can do it. You still got to get your septic permit. You still have to do, because those are 3 existing lots of record. And it stands to reason if that's 3 existing lots of record, and we're making it 3 times larger. It still doesn't eliminate the septic, but any of the signature blocks there can be, you can grow those to have a variance.
So because it's going into one, you can.
All right,
Make a motion to approve. I mean, with just, all we're doing is combine,
Yes.
3 lots, combine them into 1 lot.
Yeah. So really, the only problem with is with, if you're wanting to do that, it's only if it's being divided. So you can't approve it for 1 single lot.
okay. All right. So we've got a motion to approve the plat to a single.
I'll second.
All right, we've got a motion and a second. Approve the plat, going from 3 lots to a single lot. All right, any further discussion? Debbie?
Bill Dennis,
Yes.
Billy Harkins,
Yes.
Kenny Rogers,
Yes.
Todd Hobson,
Yes.
Charles Stone,
Yes.
Wanda Radford,
Yes.
Motion is approved. Are you Mr. Bird? You Mr. Bird?
Yes.
Welcome to the neighborhood. I live across the street down. He lives on the front side. So,
Well, we grew up in this now, they've never been this pretty.
it is, they are pretty.
We're excited about coming from where we are.
Well, again, welcome to the town. All right. Anybody have any announcements for us? Anybody here have anything for us? Like to say anything? Everybody here for the BZA? All right. Yeah, it hurts our feelings. All right. Motion to adjourn. All right. We are adjourned. Thank you all. BZA is next. Yeah. Another $60. Oh, man. So tomorrow, I don't know.
It's over there.
On, Thursday, the 28th, 1/4.
You must be Mr. Gore. Yes, sir.
What do you think?
Oh,
well, okay.
Well,
Hello, sir.
How are you? I
That's been my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is this yours? Previously?
It doesn't matter. Back there.
We have all the cards. Bring back the signature. Yeah, for planning commission. Yeah. This is BZA.
Oh, okay, they're good.
Here's your BZA. And here's your application. Here in the middle, we're going to. And the agenda, like that, and then that's just a copy of the restrictions.
This was. This one should, there's really some.
Well, she misunderstood.
Yeah, yeah, there's a simple. There's a big copy.
No, what do you do? Good.
That's right. Open, shut it. I don't know what to do.
What are you doing?
What
do you do? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, insurance. Most. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah.
Board of Zoning Appeals on Monday, September the 6th, 2023. Roll call.
Richard Doris.
Here.
Kathy Rowland. Wanda Radford.
Yes, here.
Charles Day.
Here.
Allison Woodward. Here.
Okay.
David. And
Andy Lang.
Yes.
Here.
Garland.
It's in, Andy's been added to our, BZA board.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, on the approval of Monday, July 3rd, 2023 BZA minutes, the only thing that I saw on there was the same as the special call board zoning appeals. It wasn't a special call, it was just one that was rescheduled
Great.
because of the weather.
This is the August 14th minutes.
Yes.
I made a mistake and called it, and it's the August 14th minutes. That's the minutes that you have.
Those are the dates.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was on a Wednesday instead of.
Yes, ma'am.
Approve.
Okay.
I make motion approve.
Second.
Roll call.
Richard Doris,
Yes.
Wanda Radford,
Yes.
Charles Day,
Yes.
Allison Woodward. Yes.
Okay. On the administration of oath, I will call that when each party comes to address the BZA board, and, maybe we have the cards to be handed out as you.
I do, if anybody wants to speak, Mr. Carter will go out.
On any of the agenda items tonight, they need to put their name and address on so we can call them out. Just got used to complaints.
Yeah.
This is a variance.
I think it is.
It was a variance.
It was right in Yeah.
Okay. All right, we need to amend the agenda for Charles Hallfield, to be put on the agenda tonight at 110 Clearwater Drive, Unit Tennessee,
Make motion to agenda.
tax map 005 PD, office 004.00.
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda.
Second.
Motion second. Roll call.
Kathy Bullen, I'm sorry, Richard Doris,
Yes.
Wanda Radford,
Yes.
Charles Day,
Yes.
Allison Woodward.
Yes.
And Andy.
And Andrew. Sorry, you're on our list.
On old business, there isn't any, and on our new business, the first one will be with Renee McGuinn, and if you will stand, sir, and raise your right hand, you affirm to tell the truth and all the truth if you know it before this board. Okay. And we also state, I'm sorry, we also state where you live, your residence.
That's the 1,000 a month, which road?
Okay. And on this one, you're asking for a variance request for carport
Yes, ma'am.
on 101 Gooch Road, Uniform Tax Map 012, parcel 130.09. Okay. We've got the pictures of that, and before have you all had a chance to look over that carport?
I would have looked at it and.
Oh, yeah, we did have a chance to go by. There is other carports along that road.
Yeah.
We don't see, any reason why they should go. We recommend it.
Anybody else have any questions or?
And I will say, just for the record, for the carport, it's, we're gonna call this a special exception, not a variance. Variance to this land. This will be a special exception to the zoning ordinance for the carport, and not variance.
There's one thing I want to bring up. I don't know, I don't have a problem with it, but from where your property, from where the railroad property ends to your front door, there is a right of way through there. Are you aware of that for a gas and water line? It may not show on your deed, but when you put your carport up, just be careful, you know, if you have to dig any holes or drive any big long stakes.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah,
Right through it's probably not 6 feet from your front door.
yeah.
Yeah, it runs the length of this road. Just be careful, you know.
Yeah.
You might get them to mark it for you.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna get to make sure what's around.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Just sell it to the ground, yeah.
Yeah, just get them to mark it through there for you. That way you'll know where it's at in the future.
Yeah.
Okay, also on this, you've got also new stairs for where you want to change the stairs from where they're coming in on the one side.
I'm gonna keep the ones there, and it's gonna use it for the driveway. It's already there, the new driveway, I do put a new set of stairs coming about the same way. One
The other ones does. About the same way the other ones do.
Yeah, a little shorter, just a little taller, on the outside, but the same.
But he would require a builder permit to do the stairs, so that would be the one thing you'd have to come back to the town and get a builder permit to do the stairs.
I talked back to the man that's in charge of it, he told me that he will give me permit to do the stairs.
But he also has to come to fill out, but you still have to come to town hall and fill out an application.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then our town inspector will be the one that'll come over to do
Yeah,
that.
he's the one that's active, and he told me that, he will approve it, he was waiting for he told me to call him back after the meeting, if you got a variance to, so he can sign on both.
Okay.
But he would
But
not
I'll
need a
go
variance
back.
for the steps, he does not need a variance for the
Unless it
steps.
goes across the building setback line, which it doesn't, I don't know if it does.
It won't.
Yeah, so just a building permit.
Okay,
I make a motion to approve it.
A second.
motion to second, roll call,
Mr. George.
Yes.
Wanda Radford.
yes.
Dean Flanders.
Yes.
Charles Day.
Yes.
Austin Little.
Yes.
Okay. The next submission, submitted is a variance request for construction submitted by Larry Berger, property located at 333 Golf Course Road, Newport, Tennessee, tax map 0050, parcel 017.00. So who's going to be speaking? Are you going to be speaking also?
That'll be Mr. Treadway speaking on this.
Mr. Bird's here also. So.
Okay, so both of you going to just need to, both of you, will you stay? Does Treadway have to be sworn in?
If he's gonna speak for it, or we can, that way when he doesn't have to.
Okay.
Okay. So they need a variance to build, in the setback line for the right of way. As you know, that is steep terrain through there, so they need to be closer to the road than the setback will allow. You know, it is steep, so we would recommend approval on this.
How much closer to the road is gonna be?
They're requesting 15 feet. Yeah, and it's the same plat you guys just looked at.
Yeah, it's exactly, I have it here if you all want to see it again.
No, I've got this one, we got one over here.
It's the same thing. This one, I will, shows. This one shows where they're wanting to build, and it's, as you can see, it goes in that line. It's right there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. They'll just need
All
it.
right. I make a motion to approve it.
It's Chris.
Hey, right off the back of it, right where they're,
Yeah.
where the dirt is,
We
it's
just
just,
got, we just
Yeah,
got
I've been
some.
out there looking at it too.
yeah.
It's steep.
Okay, we had a
Motion.
motion, second. Second, motion, second, roll call.
Richard George.
Yes.
Kathy Boyd, Wanda Radford,
Yes.
Andy Landry,
Yes.
Charles Day,
Yes.
Allison Wilson.
Yes. Okay. The next one on our agenda is with Charles Hollifield. And if, you will stand please and, raise your right hand, and speak your name and your address where you live.
Yes, ma'am, Charles Hollifield, I live at 110 Clearwater Drive, Hampton.
Have you affirmed to tell the truth and all the truth as you know it before this board?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Then on this one, we want him to go ahead and speak, or you all want to speak on it?
That's up to you guys.
Just, okay, you want to go ahead and bring your request to us?
I have I am getting ready to build a house, and I am proceeding right now, putting in sewer, water, temporary power. I have a camper there that I put there while my house is being built. I had sold my house in 162 Starlight Drive in Elizabeth, Tennessee. And I have a temporary camper that's on the lot while my house is being built.
So I don't believe the city can rule on this one. That's because the subdivision itself has restrictions that, Mr. Hollifield agreed to when he signed the quick claim deed. The restrictions state essentially that you can't live in a mobile, or not mobile home, a travel trailer. So at this point, it becomes a civil matter.
The three people that, know that paperwork.
Okay, you want to call those, each one?
Andy Sellers.
All right, will you?
You know, prepare to come to closer to the table, so the speaker will pick up your comments.
I live at 114.
I'm sorry, okay.
Clearwater Drive.
Okay, and when you raise your right hand, to please, for the, trying to tell the truth and all the truth as you know it before this board. Okay. If you want, yeah.
We are, some of our residents that live in the neighborhood are concerned about what that property is going to be used for because it's been under construction for several weeks. And we are not opposed to any type of house being built on there as long as it adheres to the restrictions that were declared, put on file with the courthouse in Unicorn when this subdivision was made. But what we would like the board to know that we would oppose anything that's built that does not adhere to these restrictions. And if permits are issued that are not in line with those restrictions, we would like to know about
Are you on the
And
board
so-
with pictures here?
You on the board with the homeowners
that. There
association?
is no homeowners association. I have a copy of the restrictions here if anybody
We
wants.
don't.
These restrictions did pass with the deed.
Mr. Hollfield, is this what you want to build?
Yes, sir.
That's a picture of what he wants to build. If you
We have no objection to him building that house. It just appears that the construction, the way it's being done there, that, I've never seen construction done with all the field lines and septic tanks and everything, but in the middle of the property before the house, the foundation is even being broke.
That's a good way to do it.
We just want to make sure that it's built under the, adhering to the restrictions that's on file with the courthouse. Other than that, we have no objections to him living there at all. we weren't sure when he moved there that he was not gonna live in the camp as a permanent resident.
On this one, he has turned in the application, that's all that we have from him, that he just turned in an application to live in the house while he's building, and he dated on the 8th to the 29th, 2023. That's when we got the information, and I got it.
So you basically got the temporary use permit.
We got, he filed it with, is that correct, did he filed it on the 8th and the 29th at the court, at the town hall?
Construction was begun weeks before.
He's got on there, he's living in the camper while building the home, that on, when ours starts, it's supposed to be that you come before and then you get approval and then you put, you do that. With all the stipulations that we had. Is that correct with you, on your end? Because he should have come to before he ever started anything and then got the prior approval and then moved on if he wanted to, if the board wanted to vote for the RV.
Yes, ma'am.
I think
And
the
it's
other
on a
issue,
6 months period.
I think the other issue comes to the, what they did, that it was signed by the subdivision regulations they did. They were notarized, it also says that that they had agreed that you can't live in a temporary mobile home on that piece of property, at least in that subdivision.
It's not a mobile
Is it what? So it says no trailer, modular home tent shall be placed upon the herein for described property.
home. It's neither one.
What is it?
It is it's a fifth wheel camper. It's neither one of those.
That's a travel trailer.
It's not even a travel trailer, it's a pull behind. It's not a pull behind.
But we didn't get the application until the 8th and 29th, and how long have you actually been living in the camper that you live?
A couple of weeks, we sold our house and I moved it out there.
So you've been there for 2 weeks.
Something, yeah, we would take a couple of weeks just to, we sold our house and I had to move it out there because I use it on the road for a living. So, still paying rent while my house is being built.
Well, the purpose usually for the 6 months that we do allow as time on that is that you stay in the camper, that then most of the time, I think how this is all set up, that then you start on that, after you get approval from the town, that they give you approval that you can live in your RV, start then like, you can start the next day after our approval and start building on it. But that's not the case, I guess, here, because
Okay,
you
I did not know that. I didn't know how that. I didn't know I was breaking any stipulations or anything.
I think my recommendation would be to get a written approval of the neighbors and then we apply for temporary permit.
Basically, this is a civil matter.
It is something, that's why I would recommend making an action as the board.
Yeah, restrict covenants are done in court of law or equity, so, chancery or circuit court would be the governing body.
What would we do in the meantime while, till he gets his neighbor's approval and he's still living? Or would he have to move it or what?
I think that becomes a civil matter. It's might be a private property law, definitely.
Well, it's out of our hands.
Pretty much, yes.
That's what I thought.
It's not a government issue unless he does not adhere to these restrictions. Then it will be.
And then their suggestions, go ahead, help me get in touch, what the suggestions.
Well, and I believe y'all already talked to the person, I don't know, I'm not heard from Mr. Hyder, so.
He's out of town, he'll be back on Monday, and he's, gonna do some, he's gonna start on it.
And I talked to their attorney, the restrictions are, if the restrictions are more, restricted than the zoning ordinances, than the restricted covenants for that. In this case, the more restricted.
So then your suggestion now is tonight that we just don't approve, do what we, how do we need to do our agenda?
You either vote on it or you take it.
Well, I would vote that we,
We have
dismiss
two
this
more people that
recommendation.
want to speak.
Okay.
You have two more people to talk.
Oh, okay.
Mark Pearson.
I'm done.
Okay. Raise your right hand. You state your name and where you live.
Mark Peterson, 115 Clearwater Drive, Union Boy District.
You're from to tell the truth and all the truth as you know it for this board.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, Andy pretty much asked all the questions I wanted to ask. Only other questions I have is when is construction going to start? When is it expected to complete?
Okay, on our application, he put the 8th and the 29th, 2023 is the effective date, and he said until the 10th, the 30th, 2024 is what the application that he turned.
What was the
in,
date of 2024?
The 10th, 30th, 2024.
I will note that given the restrictions, construction can last up to 180 days.
That's 6 months.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a 6-month period after the.
Right.
Okay.
But October 2024 is.
It's a year, it's a year, well, 8, it's a year and about 2 months.
That's the only questions I have.
Okay. Off the next person.
Angela Smith.
Raise your right hand. And state your name and where you live.
Angela Smith, I live with Andy here, around my house, 114 Fairwater Drive.
Okay, and do you affirm to tell the
Yes,
truth and all the truth that you know before the board?
yes. And I just reiterate everything Andy said, but we were also under the impression that we only moved into the neighborhood 9 months ago, and the restrictions were a huge issue because it's a small neighborhood. There's only 8 people, and there's a vacant lot in front of us, so this could definitely affect that lot as well. But we were told there were restrictions, and we do have a copy of those, but we were also under the impression that he filed for a permit for temporary housing. So we thought that was something that should have been done prior to him doing all of the work, which he's been doing that for quite some time now. And the place is a mess. It is just a total mess. But he has been working on it now for, I'm sure, over 2 months. The mailbox is up on August 1st. So that's a big concern for the whole neighborhood. And we do know that we've been speaking with our attorney that it's civil, and we plan to pursue that.
Mr. Hockfield, do you think you can get that house built in 180 days?
I'm gonna do my best. It's the way, my wife, she runs 3, she's like a veteran nurse. She runs 3 clinics over North Carolina. And like I said, we just sold her house for almost $300,000. And 162 Starlight Drive. So, I was trying to get the foundation where I can kind of oversee it. Doing my job, I want to do my best. I talked to one of the builders that did call me today. I told him I was going to try to have that completed by January, February of this year, or next year. Depends on the material, because the material is hard to get, and it just depends. I'm doing my best, and I'm waiting on bush fire right now for septic people. Yes, she right, I apologize. They've been out here digging, for septic, I'm gonna put my house in the back, so that won't get run over, so I have everything put in, so I know where everything's at, nothing will be run over, because I have to have temporary power for my house.
Just to let the board know, I had a lot of pictures of it here in this, over the process. So when fiber optics were put in, the utilities, the septic system was put in prior to, and I should stand up, I apologize. Septic system was put in before he did the permit, or did it the same day, but it was after, it was put in that morning around 8 o'clock.
I make a motion to table it till we can find out something more about it. I
We
mean,
should
it's a
table it
civil,
until it's a civil,
matter.
because that way we just step aside and then,
Well, we're wondering if the temporary housing permit, that's not civil, is it?
We can't approve it because,
Yes.
so,
It's best if the city doesn't make a rule on that, because of the restrictions up there.
I mean, it's heavily regulated.
So where does it stand from that?
So if you would like, if it comes to needing to move the temporary living, that would need to be set in circle. We can't rule on that.
So it's more in our hands now.
But I would also recommend that you don't table it, because at a certain point, if you table it, you have to rule on it eventually, so I would recommend doing that right now.
I'll take that motion off.
Okay, it's taken out.
Or strike it from the agenda.
Strike it from, just strike the whole thing from
The
the
temporary living permit, yeah, that's all we're discussing right now.
Okay.
So it's just struck from the agenda then, okay. Is there a motion and a second on that, correct? Motion and second for this to be struck from our agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Roll call?
Is that second, Richard Doris?
Yes.
Richard Doris?
Yes.
Wiley Franklin,
Yes.
Charles Day,
Yes.
Allison Woodward,
Yes.
Andy Randers.
Yes.
Okay, and Todd, do you want to make anything, specify anything to him so he will understand that we have withdrawn as far as doing any action or anything, it's struck from our agenda tonight?
Where does it leave the residents out there at? What they would have to do? Can you explain that to me?
Well, I think Mr. Hyder, they were contacting the attorney.
Okay.
So they'll just.
So at this point, he also, the temporary housing, that's also like a cease and desist or something, I mean, is that what, I don't know what, we had him start, that he wanted us to come to this meeting before he did. So we have to address that too because of the restrictions, is that what? I
Well,
heard?
the question will be, what's the definition of a trailer in the restricted covenants? He's living on a recreational vehicle, so in my opinion, the definition of trailer would determine if that includes a recreational vehicle or not. And I just saw it one day,
I would have a copy of it.
It says that this restriction does not prevent the keeping of the recreational vehicle.
So that would.
That's-
Don't say anything about living in it.
Right, that's if you have, that's if you borrow one, then, you're living in your home, you've got to take it out as far as going camping.
That's not living in one.
No, it doesn't specify that.
That's the way we understood it.
Yeah, so it's.
Right.
You
Or
just-
ATV that go out and ride in the woods on, whatever, that type of thing, that somebody that we have, like we want to know, it'd be okay to have that, and we understand that. It's just living in a camper on a property.
It would guess it would be different if I was living in something that was cluttering everything up, it was not livable, but it's $140,000 camper. I mean, it's better than most homes for right now. I mean, so my house is built, and I bought it 4 or 5 months ago. I bought it to travel and work in and take out the pleasure.
Do you have anything hooked up to power?
Yeah, I hooked temporary power to it. I had a generator running to it. Yes, just for, till the temporary for them people so they can start on my house. And that just got done last week.
And do you have fiber and stuff like that, running to the Wi-Fi or internet?
I just got got fiber that's to my laptop and stuff that I have. My camper's got built in my house. This is everything. I don't need any of that.
Well, I think that right now at this point then, I think it's a civil thing now and this board has just struck it on the agenda. And is there anything as far as our part of the town on it being sitting there illegally or anything? Paul?
Well, I mean, that's something that we've not been discussed with them. I can discuss that in the chief of police with them, to make sure he's not in violation of any current ordinances.
That we have,
Right.
yeah.
I have a question. Are you guys going to issue a permit for him to build a house? So we'll know if he's building a house. He said he's building a house. If you don't issue the permit, can he not build a house? Is that what's going to happen here? You're going to issue a permit to build a house?
That would just be, he owns the lot. If he applies for a building permit, that would be up to the building inspector, and It's got nothing to do with subdivision regulations or zoning regulations, he owns the lot, so, it just depends on if, if we get applies to the building permit, the building inspector will go out there and they'll have the you've got the subdivision regulations you guys have, plus the towns, they'll get to the building inspector.
Is he not in violation of anything living on the property without a permit to build a house? According to the covenants?
Yeah, they'll also, so right now it is breaking code, so it'll be up to the chief of police.
Or the building inspector?
Or the building inspector, he's also code enforcement.
Do you consider the trailer is living in an eyesore?
I have pictures if you'd like to see.
I'd like to see.
It's just, there's just a lot of stuff going on there.
We have no issue if he's building a house. And he has the legal permits to build a house, and he is actually building a house. We don't have any issues. We love that. But it just doesn't appear to be happening.
Well, at this point, with him living in the, camper, and he didn't come to the board right now, at our thing, he's not in standing with us, that's why we struck it off the agenda.
Right.
Because he's not coming in compliance with what we required for him to be able to put his camper there.
So what does he have to do that?
He's already got a building permit.
He does have a building permit?
No, yeah, but he filled it out, but that was for us to pass it tonight.
That's right.
That he was bringing it to
And
pass.
it doesn't get approved until the building inspector looks at his plans and looks at the permit and all that. And then he has to do it in stages, and Winer will go out at certain stages and check and see what he's doing.
How long does that usually take?
And at what point does it start?
I would say within a few weeks.
At what point does it start? It has to be done before that actually starts, right?
He has to fill out all his paperwork and has to go to the building inspector. He has to look at his site
When
plan.
the house plans and all that, right, and restrictions.
And he will, those restrictions came from the courthouse, along with the deed. And, I'll submit those with that application to the building inspector. He'll know about the restrictions.
And is there a time limit according to the ordinance of the town that he has a time limit to do that sort of thing while living on the property?
What exactly?
We do a 6 month, and it says at the end of the year, in 6 months, check and make, he's working on that. Then it says that the board will review it in a year, but, they know in 6 months if he hasn't done anything, that he hasn't done anything. So, but it does start out that he has a 6 months, it's what the board only grants 6 months at a time.
So you'll take this up again in 6 months to see his progress and build it, is that what you're saying?
Well,
Well, probably next month, because right now, nothing's happening, so until, in a perfect world, he'd apply for building permit.
So we have a month to get plans and submit a plan to the building.
Correct. So it very well be on next month's agenda, and then 6 months go from there if they approve it.
So we'll be rescheduled again for the permit, for this meeting, for the building.
Yeah, for checks.
So the building permit will be done separately outside the meeting. The problem right now that we're running into is he's asking the board for a temporary living permit to live in the structure that he's living in right now. He's asking the board to approve that temporary living permit to have a certain, I think for the temporary living, it's 90 days, but the construction is 180. He's asking for the 90 days permit to live in the camper while he builds, to start building. But the problem is in the regulations, in the quitclaim deed that you gave us, you cannot be living, it depends on what the trailer is defined as. So we're running into the problem right now where they can't say yes to the temporary living permit because it breaks the regulations that you guys have. That's where the problem we're running into right now. So it's whether or not does he need to go to the neighbors and get permission from you guys civilly to live in that temporary before he comes and reapply for the temporary living permit, or does he need to move the trailer if you guys are, if that's not gonna be a okay thing, and then he'll have to move the trailer and then apply for the building permit to start the construction of the house.
Just so he knows. I would have no, I can't speak for anybody else. I would have no objections to giving him any kind of temporary permit if I see a house start going.
See, I done turned that in, a couple weeks ago, man. I went ahead and turned my house plans in and getting all that in, and I've been coordinating, what's his name? He's been emailing me.
Whatever,
Huh?
whatever.
No, the other guy. It's on my email, or I haven't seen him. I should be getting him this week, hopefully. My permit before I can start on my house. I can't remember what it was. He needed how far I was gonna be, my property lines, like 30 feet from the north side and all that. That's the only thing he had left, and I sent that in to him, Friday. So I'm just waiting on them, then I can go ahead and start. I'm sorry, that's what I said.
That's the way it's gonna happen, and I don't have any objection, I have a free will in the house.
But the problem is if the board says yes to this temporary living permit, and someone else in the neighborhood is not okay with it, then the town is now liable because they have approved this temporary living and they went across the more restricted regulations. So it needs to be handled soon. Unfortunately, we can't, we're ahead of time.
Does anybody else want to speak? Is it on the? Okay. Other business we have any? Has anybody got any announcements other than everybody knows that that's when our, planning session's gonna be on the 28th, from 1 to 4 September.
Say that again.
September 28th.
28th, from 1 to 4 is when we're gonna have our
We got a
planning.
workshop.
We got a workshop.
Is that like continuing education?
No, yeah, well, I don't know, that's not really ready under that, that's just for us to get, before we had already started on the zoning ordinance.
Oh.
That we never got finished with, just that, yeah, we're kind of redefining some of it, taking some out, adding, doing that. Okay. Is there a motion for adjournment?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So adjourned.